Facts First presents. A man was asking this woman weird questions, then her phone rang and it confirmed her suspicions. Before we get into this video, help us spread the word about Facts First by clicking that like button, and also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Haley Oscar is a 24-year-old mother of one from Kenosha, Wisconsin. The city is on the shore of Lake Michigan, and it is a beautiful place to live. In July of 2017, Haley decided to spend a few hours at the beach there. She had some free time and she had a good book to read, and she had a few hours to herself. It was going to be a great day. She drove down to the lake at Simmons Island Beach near the Kenosha Lighthouse local landmark. She set herself up on the beach, but it didn't turn out to be the relaxing day she was hoping for. A man came walking over to Haley and she noticed that he was walking close to her, back and forth. She tried to focus on her book and just ignore the man, but she could still see him standing there. He appeared to be Hispanic, in his late 40s. Haley remained in her spot and continued to make it look like she was reading. Haley was shocked when the man decided to sit down right beside her. There was plenty of room on the beach, and there was no reason why he needed to be sitting right there. The strange man was speaking to her in broken English. He claimed to be from Waukegan, Wisconsin, which is the next town over in Illinois, and he started asking her some personal questions that made her feel very uncomfortable. Well, the man began asking her questions that weren't really normal for two people who didn't know each other. He asked her where she lived. Well, she answered his questions, being as vague as possible. Next, he asked her if she had a network of people who loved her. Well, she didn't answer that, so he asked her if she was financially comfortable and even what her credit score was. Well, it wasn't until he asked her why she was on the beach alone that she got really nervous. Haley was really uncomfortable with all of this man's questions. She told him that she was trying to study and she didn't want to talk to him anymore. He refused to leave her alone, and his questions became more inappropriate. First, he began asking her sexual questions. These were questions she wouldn't even expect her guy friends to ask her. Next, after noticing her tattoos, he asked her if she enjoyed pain. The man had gone too far, and Haley needed to get out of the situation as quickly as possible. His questions had been going on for close to 40 minutes. Haley was terrified. Even though she was on a crowded beach, she didn't feel safe with this man next to her, and she didn't know what to do. She didn't want to stand up and walk away because this would have left her feeling vulnerable. She didn't want to go to her car just in case the parking lot was empty. She didn't want to be alone with this man for a single second. She was even afraid to go home in case the man might follow her. Haley decided her best bet was to text her friends. She asked them to save her from the situation she was in. She was finally going to be free. Her phone rang, and her best friend, Mandy Fuentes, returned her call to let her know that she was on her way. As soon as the man heard Haley tell her friend on the phone that she'd see her in a few minutes, he got up and walked away. It appeared that she had freaked him out, and finally she was safe. Well, when Haley got home, she took to Facebook to warn the other girls in her city about this guy. In her post, she explained in detail what had happened to her. She also gave a description of the man. The post went viral and was shared all over the city and surrounding areas. When the police saw the post, they decided to get involved. Women in the Kenosha area are especially vulnerable to predators in human trafficking. The I-94 corridor runs from Chicago to Milwaukee, and there's access to many different cities. The police say it's great to warn other women, but for the safety of the community, you need to report strange things like what happened to Haley to the police. The only way for the police to keep young women in that area safe is to know who those predators are. Haley did the right thing. Unfortunately, this predator's next victim might not be so smart or so lucky. Subscribe for more.